Hello buddy, and a very warm welcome to this video. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about one of those questions we get asked to ask the accountant all the time, which is related to AI, that buzzword that everyone's talking about. And when we get asked how do we get started in AI, the big question or the big answer we always give is, well, what about AI note-taking? And then that comes to the question of, well, which AI note-taking is the best? And that's what this video is all about. We're going to go and have a look at 4 different AI note takers. I've got producer Lizzie here. Say hi, producer Lizzie. And we're going to go and see which one's best. So let's run the intro and let's get straight into it. Okay, so we have 4 different AI note takers to have a look at. Okay, let's have a look at number 1 then. The first one we're going to look at is Microsoft and Microsoft 365 and the way that it works. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to join the meeting. It's really straightforward. If you've got the right subscription, basically it will automatically start recording, or you can set it to. So I'm just joining any old Teams meeting like you would normally. I have the opportunity at the top here to record and transcribe. Start recording. As long as you go through and kind of do the agreement and everything else, it's now going to be recording accordingly. So the nice thing about this is super straightforward. We're not having to add bots or anything like that. It is literally going to be an option for us to go in there, record the screen, and it's going to transcribe. What Microsoft has recently done as well is they've brought in a nice little Office 365 little companion app. And what that does is it looks at your meeting and it will keep you on track as well. So it's got some really cool features that go into play on there. But Microsoft Teams itself, super straightforward, right?
Yeah.
Really easy to use, and all we're doing now is basically just adding that note taking directly into it.
I can see it's transcribing right on the screen in front of us as well, yeah.
Exactly, and just that transcribing can be really useful, because sometimes you're in a meeting with a client, right? You're scribbling down some notes or you're trying to figure out something else and you may have lost track exactly what they've said. Just having this ability to quickly scan down and go, oh, actually, no, it's talking about X, Y, Z. Absolutely the best. Right, the next one we're going to talk about is our good friend Plaud. Now, this is the one that Johann raves about.
Yeah.
He goes on and talks about how amazing this little device is. And it's not just hardware, there's like software option as well. So you could have it on your computer. You've got various options as where you can do it. But what he really likes about this, and I can completely understand why, because it's a separate device, all I do is I press the record button, it starts recording. I'm not using the battery on my phone, and then it records there. There's multiple options to go through and all that sort of stuff. Obviously, I think the proof is in the pudding is what the end result's going to be. So after we go and see and go through from there, we'll see what the ending is. But currently, this is now recording us. That was it.
Is it all stored on there as well?
Stored on there, and then it goes onto your phone and kind of goes through there and then gets transcribed from there. The only downside compared to this one that we've got on here is this one, because I set a meeting with producer Lizzie.
Yeah.
And because it's you, it now knows
if
I'm talking.
Yeah, it will know that it's me talking as well, yeah.
Exactly, right? Like that to me is a really key part. In this one, we'll show you how it works, but you have to kind of name the people. And it does learn over time, but it doesn't have context that we're in this meeting or what this meeting's about. And especially if you've got like a new PNC or a new client meeting, you already know that it's a new client, you already know what they're about. This will be really good at kind of like contextualizing that when we go into it, right? So this is going to be our Plaud device that sits over there.
How does this differentiate people? So would it just pick up that we've got different voices and it will just automatically say it's like speaker 1 and speaker 2?
Exactly, and it will know my voice, so it will automatically label me. But you've almost got to do like some post-processing note jiggery pokery, because then you're going to have to go through and say who those speakers are going forward.
A bit like when you set up like Siri or something. So
exactly.
It recognises you.
Yeah. So it learns over time and everything else, but it is reliant on you having to tell who those speakers are, where this one, because it was connected to the calendar, will automatically know those bits.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go to this next one. So you've seen on the video before plenty of times that I really like this Insta360 camera. And as you've been seeing, or hopefully you can see over there, it's like swapping between us, right? It's cool. Yeah. So you start talking?
Yep, hello, pick me up.
There we go. And the camera bit we've talked about loads, we love that. This extra bit here is called the Insta360 Wave. And the only thing that does is it makes sure that it captures all of the audio. So you've got all of the audio that comes into it, right?
Yeah.
And it does have an AI transcribe feature built directly in. And we're going to compare it, we're going to see what it's like, but it's just super straightforward. I press this one button here, it records. That's it, that meeting is now being transcribed. So for simplicity, not having to set up a Teams meeting or anything like that. Because I've done this in the past in the Teams world where we've been in person, but I've set a Teams meeting up like I have here, and I've used it then to record and transcribe. But that just becomes extra steps, right? And extra everything else. If you've just got that impromptu meeting and you've got this device already on your desk and you put one tap record, I feel like they're the really kind of winners. But again, the proof is going to be how that meeting comes out, right? So we're going to see what the results are coming from there.
And can it differentiate between people like the other ones?
Yeah, but it's even worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we'll come to that quirk. Remember that quirk because that is my biggest frustration with this device. But from a hardware point of view, there is no better, in my opinion, for like small businesses like we are, of a device that's going to get and capture the whole audio. Well, you know, when we get to listen back, that will be crystal clear. So the transcribing is going to be amazing. This one's a little bit, look how small it is, right? Like this device here, like it's fighting physics to be able to kind of get it in. So that's why I love it. And sometimes it's, you know, it's about combining it, right? So I can run the Plaud software on here, connect it to here, and then have this transcribed to there. But again, you kind of add in that extra complexity, bits can break and all that sort of stuff. Then we've got the final one. And this is a dedicated app for the world of accountants. This is Vinyl by Jordan. Well, not by Jordan, but Jordan's involved, a friend of the show. And he raves about how this is designed to be one of those apps that, because it's designed for accountants, it's supposed to be able to understand kind of our language and everything else, right? Yeah. Like Zero, big one. That's the one they always use, right?
When I'm editing for socials, it always comes up with 0, like Z, and it doesn't
and not with an X, exactly. So this is going to be an idea to be an AI note taker built directly and only for us as accountants. So one of the nice things is I've connected my calendar up.
Yep.
It has an own dedicated app for it, right? I know the rest do as well, but the fact that they've gone and thought that far ahead, because when we're in person, this is where this can be really useful, right? Now it does have a function to kind of like, if I press start on here, it does have an opportunity to kind of go into the meeting, and you can have, you've seen them before, haven't you? Those meeting bots pop up and everything else. Has all that functionality, which I'm not 100% happy about, but it has those options. But here it's telling me I can record it in person. So I'm doing an in-person meeting here. It knows that Aaron Patrick and Lizzie's here. So it's picked that because it's looking at my calendar and bringing that information in. It sees the meeting title, record meeting, and now that meeting is starting to record.
So you can just pop it down like you would with the Plaud.
Exactly. We're going to stick it there in between us. We're going to meet him from here. Right. Are you ready to be grilled and interviewed? We don't get a choice in the matter. First of all, who are you and why are you here?
I'm Lizzie, producer Lizzie. I'm also creative director of Elevate Media. And then creative, I don't know if we decided on creative lead, creative
director.
No, of Business Works and Bofix. And then I'm here because I'm working at the new office for Business Works.
Very orange, isn't it?
Lovely.
Very orange. Very orange. All right. If you had to choose between one Pokemon starter, which one would it be? And why? Why though?
Hot-headed, aren't they? The
Rams. I don't know. That's the first time I've ever heard that star signs get involved in this conversation.
Yeah. I don't really like Bulbasaur. I like plants and stuff. Like, he's cute, but Charmander's always been my favourite. Squirtle, not really interested in water Pokemon that much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pikachu, I feel like...
But that's not a starter. That's
is he
cheating.
not a starter?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you got Bulbasaur, you got Squirtle, or you got Charmander.
Okay.
And you're happy with the fact that as he evolves, he's not going to be obedient to you. You're happy with that, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
He's cool.
Cool. So I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who's your favourite guest that's ever been on We Have Cool Friends?
Oh my God. I feel like it has to be one that I was there to do the production for. One that I've liked to listen to, maybe. There's been a couple. I really enjoyed James Goulsborough's one.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I told him or not. It was like the whole journey, and I feel like I could almost relate, even though it was completely different.
Yeah.
Or he started off doing something he was really passionate for, and then he kind of like led into like the industry, the way he got into it and stuff. It was like really relatable, really honest.
And that GTA vibe as well. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That's probably my favourite one. And obviously it was at Brewdog, so.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Brewdog.
Won't be going there ever again. Okay, you've been to a lot of events lately.
Yeah.
How do you take action from these events?
Well, it's difficult because I'm not really there as a traditional vendor. I'm not really there as a traditional visitor, being an accountant or bookkeeper, I guess.
Very true.
I think it's post-production when I'm editing and stuff, like learning from what we've been doing at the events with like the podcasts and how to improve those, and maybe like the timing of things in the processing, getting people booked in. Like early days, it was all very manual, and we started to like get that routine and kind of nail it. And then working with the people like Caroline and stuff to set up the events.
Love that.
Just learning, taking back like what went well, what we can improve on. And I like how with the Pit Stop podcast as well, we've now introduced that audience as well. Yeah.
One thing we need to learn better at is how to start getting like that live audience questions somehow into a pit stop.
Yeah.
We need to figure that out. But that's
we only tried that once with the microphones, and it was a bit.
Yeah, it's a technical limitation we need to figure out. But on that thought, what I'm hearing is you think the best way to get the most out of this is to listen back to content that may be on the Ask the Accountant
or
Network.
like have follow-up meetings. Sometimes we do that as well.
Yeah.
Kind of just discuss like how it went and what we think can do better, and then when we then book in for another event in the future, we can see what we can work with.
Love that. So what do you love most about the industry?
I don't know, because I didn't think I was going to love it when I entered it.
I mean, let's be honest.
As most people would expect, you're just like, I had no experience in any type of like accounting, bookkeeping, finance. For me, it's a surprise, really finding out what people are like. And yeah, it's really
and actually
like
have personalities in the...
Yeah. I feel like you get that impression that everyone's going to be kind of boring and serious, but no, we can have a laugh, and I think that's what I like the most.
I love that. We only have 30 seconds left, so quickly.
Oh, sorry.
What would you change about the industry?
I think for me, it's very much we've spoken about how people are very software focused and double down on one software.
Yep.
I think especially when we want to do like when we want to work for like media and stuff with lots of different brands, I feel like I don't like the idea that you almost have to like sometimes choose a brand.
Ooh, interesting.
So I feel like if people were more open
it's burnt us in the past, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like, especially like when you work with one brand, you don't want another brand to feel like, oh no, we can't like work with you now because you're like loyal to one person.
Yeah.
You can have loyalty to everyone. You don't have to pick sides. So I think that would be the only thing that I would change.
I like that. And then the final question is, for the accounting industry, we're all petrified of AI. Well, not all of us, but there is a big consensus about being petrified. But surely for your industry, it's even more impactful, right? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's really hard because a lot of people have opinions about, especially when it comes to like the art side of AI and stuff. And I mean, I love art, photography and stuff, so I'm a bit protective of it as well. But I'm also not going to shut down AI completely, because especially in my role as well, it's really good for coming up with concepts. If I have that idea and just trying to get that initial visual bit, I can like feed that into like ChatGPT or whatever, and then get that and then think, okay, now I've got those ideas, I can then build it myself. Yeah, a lot of people are worried about like losing their jobs, but I think it's exactly the same thing. It's not that you're going to like lose your job, it's that your job will change and you've got to work alongside the AI to just make your job easier in some ways and focus on the things that you like really want to do.
I love that.
So I'm not too worried about it. I think it will definitely affect some people. But a lot of the AI stuff, I feel like when I go through social media, I can tell that it's AI, a lot of it anyways, and I'm just like, I'm not interested in like viewing that personally anyways. So I feel like, I think the human side is really important still, and it always will be.
Nice, I love that. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming along to our little impromptu pit stop podcast. Right, so now that we've conducted our interview, let's finish each and every one of them. And we're now going to criticise which one. So over on this device here, I just get to save audio recorded and it's uploading to the Nether. So we're going to see how good on it. Now, I think a lot of people criticise sometimes with these devices of like how long they take and everything else to like transcribe and all that sort of stuff. But actually, I think you're saving so much time, right? If it takes half an hour, it takes half an hour. And I think you just work that into your
You should just do something else while it's transcribing. Like.
That's exactly it, yeah. And then my final one to stop is going to be this one here. Right, while we're kind of doing all the transcribing, all this, it looks like from a vinyl point of view, that's already ready to listen back if we want to, and now it's uploading the recording, so we're going to see how that goes. One extra step with the Plaud device, which is this one here. I don't think you have to attach it or anything, but I like to just make it there. You have to now go into the device, because that captured was only on this device here.
You need to get over to, is it a different app or is it?
Yeah, so there's a Plaud app. You can see that it says transfer recordings and it's bringing it through. It's pretty quick, so it's not like the end of the world that it's having to go through there, but it goes from there. And then once it's there, then it's got to go up to the cloud for Plaud to do its little thing through there. And then with a Microsoft one, the nice thing about it, it's all in that ecosystem. It's all sat there. I don't really need to do anything. I just get a notification later down the line that it's done.
What about this one? So it's got a QR code.
Oh, yeah. So great shout there. So with this one, the kind of cleverness on this is that QR code now, for anyone who's just had that meeting can take a QR code and now they have a
everyone
copy of
has
their
access to it. Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. And you'll see that same with the Plaud one. So the Plaud one gives you that, but it's not as as clean as an AI. But yeah, that one there is sat there waiting to go. Right.
Is that in its own app as well?
That's just open up
just a
Safari
browser.
Yeah. So any device can get into it and go through from there. Right. Let's go through one by one. Any preference your end, which one you want to look at first?
The idea of the Teams one, I think that's great because we use Teams as a firm. I'm just thinking for someone who might use other means of like having the meeting, would you then have to then go into Teams and open it anyways?
Yeah.
And then say you were in like, I don't know, Zoom or something, you wouldn't really be then opening Teams. Like, it's only really beneficial if you're having the meeting within Teams, right? Or am I getting that wrong?
No, you're absolutely spot on. And I think every one of the chat ones these days have that functionality, right?
Yeah. So if you're using it, it makes sense, like it's already there, like that's the easy option.
Exactly.
If you're not using it, then it's not really that relevant.
You're absolutely spot on. Yeah. Seeing the meetings really straightforward though. You press the view recap option.
Yeah.
So you get this funky little recap meeting here, where it gives you some meeting notes down the thing there. It gives you kind of some comparisons, and it does really well at follow-up tasks.
Yeah.
You can watch back the video.
Okay, I've seen the meeting notes before, but I didn't know it actually did video. So is the video only recording your webcam, or does it record the whole thing?
Yeah, if there's two people in, it'll record both ends
nice.
as well if you need to.
Okay, I didn't know it did the...
And it's clever at kind of, especially if you're in that ecosystem, if we were to mention someone in the team, for example, it would then tell them, oh, by the way, you were mentioned in this meeting, you might want to look at this particular bit and go from there. And because we've got the camera that's kind of moving between us, it's cleverly bringing us in. But that is because we've got that extra hardware, right? Now we're going to look at the meeting notes in more detail later, but this is more, let's just get the functionality of how it's kind of gets together. But it's super simple. You literally end the meeting, it's going to do all of the kind of stuff in the background, and off to the races you go. Right, which one do you want to do next?
I think the one that appeals to me most is this one. I don't know why.
Okay, cool.
I feel like
Not
because
expect
it's
that.
got, I don't know, it's got everything in one.
Yeah.
It's more, because it's got the camera on it as well, it's more visual. I like the little screen at the bottom. Yeah, I feel like it does everything. I feel like it would be applicable to all meetings. I guess apart from if you were in something like Zoom or Teams, then it's not going to see that person. And I guess, does it just have to pick up the voice from the speaker?
Yeah.
So maybe it is only just really good in-person meetings.
This one, the only downside I have for this one is it has its own extra app that you have to kind of use called Insta360 Wave. From here though, if I can remember how it's done, we have the option to, it's up here, it's in this top corner up here. You have the option to go into your transcribes from there.
I feel like they all have their own app though, don't they? Like we said, like Teams,
100%.
you have to have Teams to be able to use that. You have to use, what is it, the Plaud app, the Vinyl app, or browser, I guess.
Oh yeah, I suppose I'm thinking about it from a Teams point of view. I'm already in Teams, right?
Exactly. If you weren't on anything in particular, you've still got to use just one different software depending on what one you're doing. So I feel like it's not that big of an issue.
100%. So from here then, I can ask insights, so you can ask questions. So it's a bit like having those options that are through there. This is the bit that really confuses me is sometimes, here we go, right. So this is
still a lot of information straight away.
Yeah.
Versus the Teams one was very much like, here's a couple of notes, and it was literally a couple. And then the follow-up tasks. This still feels like I've got to read through a lot
It does.
Which is very similar to just reading for a transcript, which no one wants to do, the whole point of it.
Yeah, and you can change the templates and stuff, so maybe kind of clean it up. But what it's done well here is it's figured out it was you.
Yeah.
If it hadn't figured out you, the big downside I've had of this one so far is that you can name the people that's in it, but then you have to transcribe it all.
Yeah.
And you're charged by minutes in this.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have to utilise that whole minute thing again, a bit like AI clips,
Yeah.
you know, the AI opus and all that sort of stuff. And it's just little things like that don't quite work. But again, we'll look at the actual details of the notes later.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. It's on this, the app's automatic on there. We've done that nice little QR code, so you could take that with you, and you can have that with you if you need to. And
Can
go
you
from there.
search? So if there was like a special topic that you wanted to review back on, like one of the questions in particular, can you search, or do you have to scroll through and look for that?
Yeah, so this is this Ask Insights. It's a bit like ChatGPT.
pull it from.
And you could say, you know, what was...
And can you do that in
Lizzie's
Teams as well?
Fave Pokemon. From a Teams point of view, yes, but the transcribe and stuff only stay on it for a limited amount of time and then they disappear.
Yeah.
So again, you could use Copilot, you could ask all the same questions.
Is it free?
And go through there.
For everyone, or if you're using Teams?
No, Teams is... to get the Copilot bit, there's
You
like...
have to pay like a subscription.
You have to be on a certain level.
Of Teams?
Whatever, yeah,
Okay.
whichever one it is, yeah. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, Lizzie said Charmander was her favourite.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you can. Okay.
Which one do you want to do next? Got two more.
Let's look at Plaud.
Plaud. So Plaud has its own little app.
The only thing I didn't like about Plaud is visually it does just look like a little business card or something, which is handy.
Yeah.
I can't see where stuff is going, like transferring it over and stuff. I'm quite a visual person, so
Yeah.
it's just like, how do I know it's got a couple of lights on it, was it? And that's it, to tell you it's recording.
That's it, yeah. And sometimes I'm really nervous that it's not actually recording.
Yeah, I'd be the same.
One thing, and maybe this is just a bit that I've just not done, you have to actually manually generate the transcription.
Okay.
It doesn't seem
not
to
like you didn't
auto
just jump in
doing
and
it.
it's already
Yeah.
there. That's
So
what
now
I
we've got to
thought,
wait
yeah.
for that to go. And again, these don't take too long to do or anything, but that is a time thing that we've got to figure out, right?
And so you had to connect the Plaud to your phone and then it uploaded to the cloud.
And now we're accessing it.
So you still have to connect it to something. It doesn't just automatically upload if you didn't like connect it to your phone.
Not directly from here, no. It would have to, yeah, you'd have to get the information in. But then you could just use the Plaud app that we've got up here, the desktop app, and we could have recorded this whole thing directly here, right? We could have used the cool microphones and all that sort of stuff, and we could have had probably better experience than we're going to have just by using this little device here.
The thing I was thinking is comparing it to like Vinyl. I like that Vinyl was just, you open the app already and then you put it down. Whereas it's like Plaud, is it Plaud or Claude?
Plaud, yeah.
Yeah, Plaud feels like there's that extra step where you're kind of recording and then you go into the app. Like,
That's fair.
I don't get why you wouldn't just have your phone and have it in the app
But you
already.
do have the start record directly from Plaud if you want to.
So then I don't really get what the device is like. Why is
Well,
there an extra device
the device
when you just use your app on the phone?
The device is designed so that you're not using your power on your phone.
Okay.
That's where the kind of, and the idea that you can kind
Yeah.
of plonk this anywhere sort of thing. And
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
So if you're out and about and you just wanted
Yeah.
to do a recording, I guess you can do
Yeah.
that and then go back and do it.
And the cleverness of this one as well is when you're on a phone call, it can listen to the vibrations of the phone call and it can take phone calls as well. Cool. Final one is Vinyl, which we've never used before, so we're going to be learning. Everybody's going to learn how to use this one. It says here that here is my meeting with producer Lizzie. I'm going to click into it, and it seems like it's already done all that.
Visually, it looks really nice as well.
Yeah.
Like the dashboard
Straight away,
and
it's asking for your questions here and go through from there. Right. So that's the process of getting all of this data and getting these transcribes ready, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the most impactful part, though, is going to be what they tell us, right? And how they've done. So let's go through it. Let's go back the other way then, right? Let's start with Vinyl, because Vinyl's designed to be for that accounting element. And to be fair, we didn't ask too many accounting elements to it.
No.
But it should have come out. So first of all, it gives us a nice summary. There's an impromptu pit stop podcast interview with Lizzie, who is producer and creative director, explains who it is, and events through posts. I actually really like the fact that summary sat there nicely. I've got the option to copy, I've got the option to download, and I even can edit that as well. I think having that edit option is really, really impactful,
Yeah,
right?
there's a couple of things like it said Wobbix instead of Boffix, I think that is.
Oh, did it?
And this work instead of business work.
Good spot.
So I don't know if that's
Wobbix,
like
yeah.
just where it struggled to, is it the microphone struggling to pick up us, Or is it just getting confused with the words? I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
it was just on an iPhone, wasn't
Yeah,
it,
so
that
maybe we
one?
weren't, I don't know, close enough or something.
Key discussion items: surprised at finding a welcoming community in the accounting industry. Learning from events through post-production, editing and follow-up meetings to improve process. And then you can add some as well. And then the actionable items is figure out technical solution for incorporating live audience questions into Pit Stop Podcast. It's going to be really interesting to see if anyone else picks that up, right?
Yeah. I think as well the key discussion items, it's gone backwards.
Very good
I
point.
kind of like the meeting to be in order. So like, what did the meeting start off with,
Yeah.
and then what question was next? It's kind of almost gone. I think it's gone backwards, has it, or is it just random?
Or is it, yeah, or is it trying to put the top at the top? Yeah.
Is there anything about Pokemon on there?
No, Pokemon didn't make it. Didn't make it to it. But you could add discussion. Oh, it's a manual to add it there. We could ask though, did Lizzie have a fave Pokemon? Yes, during the interview, Lizzie confirmed that her fave Pokemon was Charmander.
So it is there, it just hasn't done it as
Yeah.
a key discussion.
And in fairness, the transcript's there, right? But speaker 1, speaker 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 speakers. Oh, you can assign who
apply
they are.
for all occurrences.
Nice.
And then apply for all occurrences. So yeah, that transcribe would be quite nice. Attendees, you've got that. Again, the benefit here is it's looked at our calendar, it's brought that information in, so they're all kind of there, ready to go. Yeah, I think that looks quite neat and tidy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea that it doesn't know Boffic.
A couple of spelling mistakes here and there, but they are, like we said, business names.
Yeah, so I think pros for the actionable items, key discussion items maybe could be kind of cleaned up a little bit, but overall, we're liking that one.
Yep.
Right, insights. So here, a little bit weirder to kind of find it, but we're kind of going into here. Like we say, we got this nice, this is nice, right?
It's nice, but it's still a little bit overwhelming. It's a bit wordy, isn't it? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like it's not really necessary. They're trying to make something that's visual, but I don't need something that's really visual. I'd rather have like some more key bullet points of things.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of information going on. I'd probably scroll through a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but it needs to be, to have a visual needs to be like actually worthwhile, right?
Yeah.
A discussion on being recording trans devices and explaining using physical recording device, blah, blah, blah. Right, let's go to the actual business works. So got the business works.
Yeah.
Didn't try to put Boffics in at all. Just gave that one a miss. Charmander's your favourite one. Favourite podcast guest. We have
James
Friend.
Burrows.
Yeah.
Not James Goulsborough.
And Cold Friend and Burrows. And bear in mind, this should be the best hardware for this.
Yeah.
Because it's a proper dedicated microphone, right? But the impact closing device to do.
Oh, here we go, to do. Is it just the one?
It's the same one.
Okay.
So that's
same one.
positive,
Yeah.
right? That they've both kind of brought out that same one here, and it's figured out the Lizzie. And again, the biggest kind of benefit you had is that QR device.
Yeah.
So I have access just on the browser to all of that. So anyone who was in that meeting can quickly grab that and walk away with it.
The only thing with anyone who's in the meeting can grab that, you know, is this the one where it generates and it costs to generate certain ones? How does that
And
work if
regenerate.
like a lot of people were
So,
going into the same transcription? Would they have
So
to
as long
have
as
a
we
paid
won't,
account?
yeah, as long as we don't re-transcribe, then as long as, because this is already connected to a paid account at this point in time.
Yeah, so if I, as a visitor,
Yeah.
took that QR code, would it be like a view only? I can't regenerate and stuff, but I can still
Exactly.
just view it.
Yeah. But again, like the biggest frustration is this thing of if it hadn't have got
Oh, look,
a lot,
maybe Aaron
maybe Aaron.
Patrick.
But if I was to change this and say, no, that wasn't Lizzie, that was blah, 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 I can save to contacts to kind of remember going forward. But if it wasn't, you then have to go through and redo it for everyone. Although actually, no, this time it has updated. Maybe that's kind of a feature they fixed. But yeah.
The only
okay.
thing I think this one is missing is like the bullet point breakdown. I want a smaller breakdown. I like
Yeah.
that it goes into depth as well, but I feel like the first bit I just want like the key points first, and it's got the task, but I feel like that summary is just a bit much.
Yeah, and there's all these different ones, so maybe it's kind of like finding the one that works for you. But you're right, like if I put this as an interview instead of I think that's just cost me points again, but that's fine. But I think if you put it as an interview as opposed to whatever that one was, I didn't know what it was, but whatever that one was, I feel like you'll get a whole different visual. Oh no, it's exactly the same.
Yeah, I
That
don't understand
visual-
the visual bit. I feel like I
Yeah.
would completely ignore that.
Yeah, Plaud. So remember, this is the one that Johann really rates about.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've been using this constantly. Like, this is my go-to. There we go. Interview Lizzie. Media productions, accounting, meeting process, and transcript workflow. So, and this is, again, like, yeah, I could just fill that in, but why does it not, like, this is the bit where, because it doesn't connect to my calendar, it doesn't know this important information, right? And yeah, it is fully thing, so I can quickly go in and change it if I wanted to, no problem. It's kind of got this really nice layout at the side here about viewpoints and stuff and going through. Very wordy, as you said.
Very in-depth, yeah, a bit overwhelming. Yeah.
Lizzie's role, apps for accountants, turning event into action, audience engagement, perspective. Now, this is kind of what you're...
yeah, I would probably just scroll straight to the conclusion and read that little bit.
Yeah. It's very Americanized as well, isn't it?
Can you change that in the settings? Do you think you can do it as English UK rather than English American? I haven't
seen that, but I hope so. I hope that is an option, because it is very,
a lot of AI,
American.
especially with like the Opus clips, I don't think you can change that, and it's always got like the Z instead of the S.
Yeah, favours instead of favours, you know, and everything else. The conclusion, contrast, recording, transcript solution, balancing simplicity, audio fidelity, speaker identity against complexity and accuracy. Aaron favours hardware that captures. The interview with Lizzie highlights her media leadership role, appreciation of community with the accounting industry, and process-orientated approach. And then the task is way more tasks, right?
Yeah.
Complete transcript quality across Vinyl, which we are doing.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. None of the others got that bit. A define and test a reliable workflow for live audience, so that same one's come through as both of them. And then an extra one is schedule structured follow-up meetings and events to review outcomes, identify improvements, and update the playbook.
Because we did speak about that as well.
Yeah. And they try and do these mind maps, which I kind of get confused at.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a great idea, right? But
I feel like different people take in information differently though, so maybe for someone it's really helpful. Yeah.
For me, I just leave that and I go, yeah, I can't think of that. And then we'll ask the same question. What was her fave Pokemon? Oh, very blunt. Favorite Pokemon is Charmander.
Yeah. I guess you can ask follow-up questions, but that's literally
yeah.
to the point.
Whereas the rest gave us a nice little insight into it all.
And you covered like costs and stuff on the other ones. Is this one like a subscription-based?
Yeah, so the big point of this is you can't even access it without the hardware, so you have to pay for the hardware. And then there is a subscription on top if you want to go for it, or it gives X amount of minutes and everything else. But I flew through my minutes and upgraded to unlimited straight away. And so is Johann as well. Okay, so we've seen all four of them. I mean, the main thing is all four of them work.
Yeah.
Like, you're not sitting there having to go, well, I have to have this one because it's the only one that physically works or anything like that. But just based on everything we've put in together, which one would you be looking to use going forward?
I really like vinyl.
Yeah?
I like the way it looks, and it's very like, that's all the information I kind of need. If I need more information, I can then ask it and deep dive into things. And also like that it's literally on your phone, I could just get the app out, pop it down. It seems really easy. It would fit in my lifestyle. I think it really depends on people, what they're using it for, how often they're using it.
Yeah.
That seemed like the simplest one, and it looks nice, easy to use. That's my favourite. I thought that I'd like this one. This one I don't actually like that much.
Yeah, but maybe you kind of want to use a bit of both. Maybe it's like the hardware's great, but the software needs work, right?
Yeah.
My only thing about vinyl is that to get this into like a Teams or Zoom call, it has that thing where you have to invite the note taker.
The little bot, and that's
I don't like that. That always gets to me,
It depends
right?
who you're having the meeting with. If it's like a team member or something, it doesn't really matter. But if it's someone outside of like your organisation, it's a bit. It just feels a bit weird, doesn't it, when you've got all the note takers sitting in there? It's like, it does feel a bit more like an interview or something. Like
Yeah. You kind of almost, you never get it like fully at ease as well, do you? Yeah. So I think that's kind of what I would say. There are like, and I don't know if this is public knowledge or not, but I'm pretty sure they're looking at ways to like help you do your like Calendly sort of idea and having the opportunity to do your meetings and go through vinyl and have vinyl as your meetings going forward.
Okay.
Maybe that goes into like they have their own little calling app or whatever it's going to be, or their own version of Teams, Zoom or whatever. Maybe that's how they kind of get around that. The other nice thing about this is integrations. So everything we've talked about here, all of these give you option to copy and paste. So I could go up, I can share it and everything else. And I do that religiously, and I go straight into my practice management solution. I go straight to the client, and I will dump every meeting that I've had with them, because that is gold dust to the team. That gives them the opportunity to go through and see what's going on and any questions we've had, all that sort of stuff. This one takes that one step further though, and with certain practice management solutions, you can send that data directly there. So it's automatically going in, automatically going through from there, which I think is really, really powerful, right? Well,
can we just click on the other ones? What was it? We had Teams. Oh no, I really like Teams. I think biased because we use Teams.
Yep.
Teams probably second.
And the only one that did do video as well, but that is kind of a luxury.
Again, because you're inside that software.
Yeah. Insta360 and Plaud.
Oh, definitely Plaud over the Insta360.
So there's our rank. Number 1, Vinyl. Number 2, Teams. Number 3, Plaud. And number 4,
Insta360.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I feel like the Insta360 is really good if you would have like this environment where you're having in-person meetings with lots of people and you've got the camera switching between everyone. For meetings that virtually, I don't think it really hits the mark.
Yeah, and I'll be completely honest as well, after buying the hardware and then being asked to pony up for a subscription as well,
yeah,
that really, really wound me up.
Plaud, great if you're like someone who travels, goes to a lot of events and has meetings in lots of different locations, I guess. Especially for the battery life. It needs to integrate with your calendar though.
Yeah. That's such an important aspect of it, right? And then, yeah, this one, there's no real negative other than, I would say, you get less options. All these other ones kind of...
But you can ask it to deep dive, couldn't you, on Teams?
Yeah, but you can't put templates together like you can with these ones. So it's kind of, that AI summary is the AI summary you're going to get. And it's either good or bad. You can ask it to redo it based on everything else. One thing we didn't see on this one, and that Teams does have an advantage though, is always to remember, is their new version where it will actually look, if you feed it the meeting notes, so like the agenda, it will keep you on board with that agenda. It will say, look, you've got 5 minutes to go. Oh, okay. Stop talking about that.
What,
move
does
on
it like
to this.
pop up as like a banner or something when it does like the reminder? Okay.
Yeah, so it's got all of that aspects.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
And with the puppy now wanting to go, that's definitely a time to wrap up. So what do you think? Do you think this is going to be something that you're going to start using? Is any of these 4 ones that you're already using? Then let us know in the notes below. Have we got anything wrong? Let us know, a correction corner. Is there anything that we should have considered with Vinyl or Plaud or anything like that? Then do let us know. As always, you're already in the right place. So if you like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff for more content to do with accountancy. Lizzie, thank you very much for coming on this video.
Thank you for having me.
Mulberry, thank you very much for getting involved at the end. And we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.